It is my immense pleasure to invite Dr. R. Maitri on behalf of Faculty of Pharmacy in association with the Doctoral Committee Research Cell for the PhD students to the webinar on pharmacognosy on the topic Importance of Herbal Drugs in Current Scenario. Dr. Maitri is a graduate and a postgraduate from the Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR Medical University, a doctoral from Vinayaka Mission University, Salem. She has also pursued her Bachelor's of Dance in the university from Annamalai, that is Tamil Nadu. Madam is a reputed member of many official professional bodies like Registered Pharmacist, Life Member of Indian Society of Pharmacognosy, Association of Pharmaceutical Teachers of India. To her credits, ma'am has handled various projects regarding to undergraduate, postgraduate, and even doctoral studies. She is a committee member of Ford University for the doctoral, recognized guide, and examiner from the various boards of examination. In addition to her credits, Madam has published 30 papers in national and international journals of repute, in national and international conferences and seminars, 7 as a resource persons in conferences, and reviewer of 12 international journals, which is a positive credit to her abilities. Dr. Maitri is also the chief editor of International Journal of Pharmaceutical Research Education. She has worked as a convener for various conferences and workshops arranged in and around Tamil Nadu. Currently, her research areas are in the pharmacognostical and phytochemical study of medicinal plants, in vitro and in vivo studies of phytoconstituents which are isolated from those constituents, and screening of those constituents for various biological activities. The major importance to her research is the impurity profiling and stability studies which are performed by a spectral method which is high performance thin layer chromatography. Currently, Madam is heading the position of professor and head of the Department of Pharmacognosy in KK College of Pharmacy located at Chennai. With this brief introduction and a pleasant welcome, I would request Dr. Maitri to please take over the sessions. So I'm sharing Madam's slides in the screen. Madam, over to you, and I'm just sharing the screen to you now.
Thank you, Dr. Chakravarti. Thank you for your nice introduction. Thank you, one and all. And good morning, everybody. Please, project the slides.
Yes. I'm sharing these slides, ma'am. Yes, yeah. Is it audio visible, ma'am?
No, not yet.
I have shared, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, now it's been.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Shall I start?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Importance of herbal drugs in current scenario. As we all aware that herbal drugs are picking up an enormous importance in the present trend. Especially during this pandemic situation, though we are unable to go and do our daily activities as that of the earlier, we are concentrating more on the available resources, more particularly towards the natural resources in treating our ailments in general. And these ailments, the minor ailments, are treated using herbs, which are known as herbal drugs or herbal medicines. The practice of using herbs for the treatment, prevention, and to maintain the normal well-being, we use the herbs. Such system of medicine is called as herbal medicine, or the drugs which are used are known as herbal drugs. And this herbal system of medicine or herbal medicine alternatively can be known as traditional system of medicine. Next slide, please.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the origin for this herbal medicine? So this herbal medicine, it is we would say that herbal medicine or the traditional medicine, it originates ever since the mankind. That is, the healing with herbs is the as old as practice till since the existence of mankind. And we could also say that earliest evidence could be from excavations excavations of Neanderthal sites, and also people who lived in northern Iraq in the Shanidar caves. They themselves used these herbal medicines to cure their ailments. And this herbal medicine is also continued through generations, orally as well as verbally. So verbally, the documental evidence has been created for these herbal medicines. Next slide, please. So the relevancy of herbal medicine and traditional medicine. So far, when I started with traditional, herbal medicine, and alternatively, I used the term traditional medicine. So this herbal medicine and the traditional medicine are the synonymous terms, we could say, because the herbal medicines or herbal medicine practice is used traditionally from generation together by mouth to mouth propaganda, as well as by using documented evidence. The system of medicine is practiced. And the herbal medicine is evidence based, so people generally do not follow herbal medicine as easily, so they ask for the evidence or proof for their cure, then only they rely on the herbal medicine. And the list of the list or the number of herbs used in different systems of medicine can be included under herbal medicine practice or herbal system of medicine. Complementary and alternative medicine are also hold a major role or major part in the herbal medicine. Globally, traditional medicine that consists of herbal drugs are gaining importance. As we all experience now, both in the Western countries as well as remaining part of the globe, the herbal drugs are gaining importance due to its easy accessibility or easy availability and cost effective nature. It may be the probable reason, but in general, the herbal medicine are gaining importance. In developing countries, especially in developing countries, about 80% of the population rely on herbal medicine to cater their healthcare needs. Some herbal medicines or remedies which may be more affordable and accessible, and they are even sometimes people have the belief that conventionally these systems of medicines are followed and these herbs are followed for these particular diseases. Hence, we should also follow as our ancestors have followed the same. We should also continue the same. In such principle, certain herbal drugs are utilized by the mankind. Because this may also be one of the reason they align with their personal health ideologies. That is, for a particular tribe or family, they have the habit of using certain series of herbs to cure their ailments, and they don't even go for the treatment in any other system of medicine other than the herbal system of medicine, because this has been practiced as a culture or as a tradition in their family or tribe. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So if we look into the market size of the herbal drugs, so if you take up the global drug market, the total market size, no, amongst the total market size, about 15 to 25 percentage of them are occupied by herbal drugs. That is, even globally also, in the trade of herbal drugs, it occupies 15 in the trade of drugs, it occupies herbal drugs occupies 15 to 25 percentage. And as per the WHO reports, 70 to 80 percentage of global population utilizes herbal drugs to treat their diseases. Herbal drugs, which occupies 60 million US dollars, has will be increasing in 2050 to 5 trillion. As per the WHO reports, they just propose that this may increase to 5 trillion by 2050. And when we look into the market value of these herbal drugs in India, it takes a major role in all official systems. So in India, we could say that the herbal drugs occupies more than 60 to 70 percentage of the drug market, or we can say it as the market value of drug market value of India. 60 to 70 percentage is occupied by herbal drugs, we could say. This is due to the usage of these herbal drugs in various systems, various alternative systems known as Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, homeopathy, naturopathy, and etc. Other than the allopathic system of medicine, other alternative systems of medicine utilizes the herbal drugs. Out of 1.1 billion Indian population, 70 percentage of them utilizes herbal medicine, despite the availability of separate laws for herbal medicine as per Indian Drugs Act. As of now, there is no separate laws for herbal drugs in India. So Indian Drugs Act doesn't specify about the sale or exclusive sale procedures and the norms for the trade of herbal drugs. Even then, in India, 60 to 70 percentage is of the market value is occupied by the herbal drugs. So this shows that the growth of herbal medicine has tremendously increased in these years. Next slide, please. What are the opportunities and challenges posed by the herbal medicine? Even though we say that herbal medicine has increased enormously in these years, what are all the challenges? Actually, in case of herbal medicine, it is experiential, evidence-based system of medicine. So, what we say is, when a person experiences the effects, both the ill effects and the desirable effects of the herbal medicine, it will be transformed to the generation or to the followers or to his followers. So that we say it as experiential evidence-based medicine. So this experience is documented, or evidence of this experience is made available. And we lack in the case of in India, we lack in the case of herbal medicine the standardization and validation of these herbal medicine is a big challenge which is posed to the researchers in India. So this could be overcome by carrying out new drug discovery and new clinical effects of traditionally used medicinal plants. So this can be, we can overcome this also by achieving or by carrying out new drug discovery, and also in the line of clinical effects of traditionally used medicinal plants. Next slide, please. So these aspects can be adopted by using three main strategies, or we can say three main concepts. So one is reverse pharmacology. So the reverse pharmacology is nothing but it is the science which integrates the documental, clinical, experiential hits into leads by transdisciplinary exploratory studies. So that is the experiences which are recorded or converted into the explanatory studies. So from this the further development can be done, and the drug candidates can be experimentally proved both in the clinical aspects also. In India, it was proposed that and initiated by Dr. Vaidya. So in late 90s, it was proposed and initiated by Dr. Vaidya. This concept of reverse pharmacology, especially reverse pharmacology in certain hit molecules of herbal medicine, is proposed by Dr. Vaidya, and he suggested that this concept of reverse pharmacology could be adopted to the pluralistic research, in the sense where the multiple number of molecules are involved. In such cases, the reverse pharmacology could be adopted. Next slide, please. And for to use this or to implement this or adopt this reverse pharmacology, we require robust clinical and laboratory documentation of novel human pharmacodynamic effects, inter-system collaborative teamwork. So that so far, since the audience here are mainly the PhD scholars and the faculty members, I would say that we will be using many of these herbal medicines in case of standardization and finding the activities pertaining to preclinical studies of the drug molecules, or sometimes even the extract level or the formulations. But as per reverse pharmacology, it is suggested that we need a clinical laboratory documentation. It should be sound enough, and the human pharmacodynamic effects of the drug molecule, the targeted drug molecule, should be sound enough, and for that we need a inter-system or inter-collaborative teamwork, or we can say it as it must be a interdisciplinary teamwork that is required. And research pharmacology is also adopted by implementing, they say, as per the reports or the reports available, they say that reverse pharmacology could be adopted by using the golden triangular research, which is nothing but correlating the three fields by R&D. The three fields are modern medicine, Indian system of medicine, and pharmaceutical and life sciences. So these three systems of these three fields are correlated, then that is known as golden triangle, and that could be achieved with that it could be achieved the research in reverse pharmacology. And next one is the basic clinical research. So basic clinical research is nothing but the basic research what we do in case of natural products should be more focused towards pharmacophores, or more focused towards the clinical aspects of the molecules. So in such cases, new pharmacophores may help to evolve new targets of drug action, as well as a possibility for combinatorial chemistry on their novel pharmacophores. So best example could be curcumin. So we have in India, we have done everything on turmeric, haldi. isolated the molecule. We have done an extensive study on curcumin. Of course, no doubt, nowadays also the studies are carried out in the other pharmacological aspects, and to derive the mechanism of action produced by the curcumin are going on. No doubt in it, but this curcumin and other antioxidant principles are best examples for the research in new pharmacophores. So for the future researchers, it will be advisable that if they would like to carry out a research on reverse pharmacology, they can choose up any molecule having the antioxidant potential from the natural origin. So that will be an ideal aspect for the future researchers. And the research approaches in herbal drug. So being the natural product chemist, or we can say, I myself, I would say it as being a pharmacognosist, I would say that the herbal drug research should be approached in a systematic manner in order to achieve our goal. So this herbal drug, it can be done by or it can lead to three different phenomena, we can say. One is it leads to ethnomedicine, the study of ethnomedicine or ethnomedicinal importance of the herbal drug, then which leads to the standardization and the field use of the drugs. So this we can say it as experiential use of herbal drugs. And another part is the herbal drug will be subjected to screening of the extracts. So we will prepare the extracts, and the extracts will be subjected to isolation techniques, and we will be isolating the active principles, which in turn lead to the development of modern drug. In the other way, the field use of herbal medicine. So from the ethnobotanical survey, we collect the information that these particular herbs are used for various ailments, and standardization of these drugs would be would pave way for the establishment of new drug molecule, and that give rise to reverse pharmacology, where again we carry out the experiential documentation, in particular to clinical aspects of the drug molecule or the extract as such. And exploratory studies, in case of extract, the separation and the study of detailed study of individual molecule will be carried out. And also, in case of previous slide, please. And also in case of clinical research, this natural drug molecule, which is having proven clinical effects as well as experiential research has been carried out, which confirmly or which confirms the usage of this particular drug moiety for a particular disease in a defined pathway. On the other hand, standardization of the extracts, which can be used further for clinical trials, and that also give rise to herbal remedy. So these are all the approaches for the herbal drug research. Next slide, please. And in India, herbal research, there are multiple number of herbal research institutes available. So each institute, they target on a particular type of work. For example, CCRAS, Central Council for Research in Ayurveda and Siddha, New Delhi, they concentrate only on the drugs, herbs, which are from Ayurvedic origin. Laboratory, they concentrate on the Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani drugs, and more particularly, they concentrate on the herbs. Whereas CCRAS, they do concentrate on the formulations that is herbal preparations, as well as herbs as a intact substances also. National Botanical Research Institute, they concentrate or they carry out research on all type of plant parts, and they carry out all the botanical aspects of the research. And Gujarat Ayurveda University, as you all aware that they concentrate on the Ayurvedic drugs, its so the research in these institutes are focused on a particular area. So for the researcher, it will be advisable that once he decides his nature of research to be carried out, then he can approach the respective institute to have a collaborative work or to proceed further. Next slide, please. Similarly, I have just mentioned about the list of institutes, research institutes in India. India first. So examples are CCRUM, Botanical Survey of India. And then we can say IMCABS, right? So these are all to name a few. If we take up globally, this Herbal Research Institute across the globe, it is also carried out, or it is gaining wider importance, we could say. So, globally, it is carried out in collaboration with WHO collaborating centers. So this WHO collaborating centers are situated in different regions, such as region of Americas, region of Asia, European region, Southeastern region, Southeastern Asian region, Western Pacific region, etc. So these regions and different cities, the centers are situated, and these WHO centers help the researchers of that particular domicile of the country to carry out the research exclusively in herbal research. So the herbal research, they can be carried out in connivance or in acceptance with the WHO guidelines or collaboration in other countries. In India, the mentioned institutes, they carry out at Indian level. So we could say that amongst the world trade, we could say that India plays a major role in herbal drug research, we can say. As an outcome of this herbal drug research, herbal drug research, which originates from herbal drug industry and also herbal drugs, we can say that 21st century is the century of biology, because in 21st century, majority of the researchers are done in herbal research or biological research, we can say. So this is achieved by combination of, or we can say it is done in conjunction with nutraceuticals, cosmeceuticals, and biopesticides from natural origin and its utilization. So how this herbal research has come into this level, that is due to the utilization of these three molecules. Example of some of the common nutraceuticals are garlic, ginger, as we all know and we are all using in our day-to-day life. Garlic, ginger, turmeric, aloes, onion, licorice, brahmi, asafoetida. So all these are when you talk in terms of research, we say it as they are the nutraceuticals, or nutraceutical aspect of these drugs. Or I have just given example of these drugs. So nutraceutical aspects of these drugs are more explored in order to felicitate the herbal drug research. And common cosmeceuticals are areca, green tea, turmeric, and licorice. Example. So these drugs, they are more explored in their cosmetology aspect. And in coming to the biopesticides, tobacco, ginger, castor oil, neem, longocorpus. So for these drugs, they have apart from their medicinal value, they have the pesticidal principle, or they possess pesticidal effect. So these aspects are more explored, or detailed study of these aspects are the need of the hour, we can say. So, recently we have celebrated World Pharmacist Day, is it? So, the theme of the World Pharmacist Day is transform global health. So, as a pharmacist, being a pharmacist, what we are supposed to do, we should contribute our part to the society in order to transform the health of the global population. So that can be achieved by using herbal drug research. Responsibility of researchers in India, transformation of basic research to herbal research, then implementing golden triangle concept strictly. And next slide, please. Next slide, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're audible, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Carrying out observational research, standardization of less explored medicinal plants or herbs, advanced and extensive research in the field of clinical trials of herbal medicine, herbal preparations, and allied substances. So, by doing these things as a researcher, we can achieve, or we can transform global health, or we can say it as this will be our contribution towards the transformation of global health. Next slide, please. Yeah. So, in conclusion, I would say that as a pharmacist, it is our duty to upbring the lacking aspects of herbal research into the best. Thank you, Vanada.
If anyone is having any queries, they can just drop into this chat box so that it becomes easy for us to interact with the speaker. Can we have questions in the chat box so that we can ask the question to the speaker? Do we have any questions in the chat box? Dr. Maitri, I would like to have a query. Now, as you have said, as you have said that there is a need of the golden triangle nowadays. So how can we get assured that the golden triangle which we are forming through the Ayurvedas, through the pharmacy background, as well as through the, say, the pharmacognostical person. So how would this be benefit to the society? And what will be the most challenging in forming a golden triangle?
So, as we carry out the research in a particular drug moiety, the reverse pharmacological aspect of the drug moiety should be decided, and an extensive study or in-depth study of that particular moiety with respect to reverse pharmacology should be carried out. So by doing this, naturally, when we carry out research pharmacology, naturally we will be collaborating with all other interdisciplinary research team. So the main intention is we must have interdisciplinary research work in order to achieve the transformation in global health.
Okay. Yes. Do we have any other queries to the speakers? You can just have a chat box, please. I think all are well versed, so that's why they are all mature, so they are not asking any questions. Yeah, I think that's it. So we can wait for a minute if we can pop into some of the questions which are coming in the chat box or so. Like we can just have in 1 minute.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
And ma'am, the second, by the time they come, I would like to thank, like you have given such a lucid information about this. What is the scenario which we are facing really in the herbal drug part, where we have to explore every new plant, or let us say each moiety day by day, but it is not possible being a natural, say a pharmacognostic person. But still we have challenges, because as we look into it, like one of the drugs may have multiple number of therapeutic effects. So targeting the therapeutic effect is also a major challenge for us. Now, for example, if you just go
Yes.
for, as you said, curcumin, which is the best in having this potency. So we see that curcumin being an antioxidant also, it helps in the leukemia also, it helps in the malignant part also. But sometimes even it becomes unclear and undoubted, like actually in which phase it is acting, in which mode. So multiple functional things also, I think it comes into the scenario where people are looking into it, and that is why we are using this. And a very common example you have told, that is a nutraceutical as well as a pesticide, that is ginger. That ginger is also used as a nutraceutical, and simultaneously it is also used as a pesticide. So now when we use this thing, so that also leads us, let us say, in some confusion, like exactly what we are targeting. So I think there's nothing in the chat box, ma'am. So on behalf, I would like our Dean, sir, Dr. Abhay Dharmisi, sir, to speak something. Sir, are you available, sir? Sir, are you available, sir? Sir, are you available, sir? Things. I think sir is not
Got
there.
disconnected, I think.
Yes, might be, ma'am. Yeah, it might be because of that. Yeah. Yes, sir. Sir, I have given one more link to you, sir. One more link I have given in the mail, sir, with the F. So Acha, sir. Okay, sir. Oh, sir, I'll just keep in a speaker. Then that way, at least you can just speak some words, sir, in a speaker. I think sir is in that. So, on behalf of Faculty of Pharmacy and the Dean Doctoral Studies, which we are having at the Parul University, Dr. Maitri, I would really like to thank you and for sparing your valuable time in this pandemic, where all people are in neck-to-neck movement, having the online classes. So you have just spared at least the information and the importance of the herbs which we are looking into the current scenario. We wish to have you in our near future with coming up with new more topics and new more say many webinars. So ma'am, it's a kind gesture that so on behalf of whole Parul University, I would like to thank you for delivering a kind of webinar and enriching our these generation students, the newer generation students of doctoral, so that they will have an insight how we have to proceed through our experimental work, as you have shared the chart of reverse pharmacology, as well as the modern drug, these standardization profiles, and how we also look into the clinical aspects of it. So once again, I would like to thank you, ma'am, from the bottom of my heart, and we wish that we come to meet you in near future with more of the newer topics, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Thank you for the nice opportunity.
Sure. Thanks. It's always been a pleasure to us. It's always been a pleasure, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm very much indebted.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye. Meet you soon.
Sure. Okay, ma'am. Okay. So shall I disconnect, ma'am, or you'll be disconnecting it, ma'am?
Shall I leave, sir?
Sure. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank
one and all. Thank you
Yeah.
for the audience for their patient listening.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you all.